What's going on? OG Kim coming back at you with part 5 maybe? I can't remember. Anyways, we're a little recap, and then we're going to get into how to actually take a position in here. So with that being said, jump right into it. Review plot. Step 1, plot out them 4-hour zones. If you don't know how to do that, go back a couple videos and we explain exactly how to plot out this 4-hour smart money zones. Step number 2, switch to the 5-minute chart, because we're going to do all our trades off a 5-minute chart. We are not going to flip back and forth to 1 minute to 2 minutes. We're going to stick to the 5-minute. We're going to make it as easy as know that there's no indicators on my screen. And we are going to set alerts and plan an entry. In other words, I do not sit in front of my screen all day. If you're using a trading view, it's easy enough to set you an alert at your zone. So if the price comes up and it's getting close to your zones, you're getting an alert on your phone. So hey, check this out. Price is coming up to your level there. You might want to plan ahead. So then we go ahead and plan. What are we going to do? Are we playing a rejection or are we playing a breakout? We talked a little bit about the rejection and breakouts earlier, and more importantly, we are going to remove the emotions and just enter. We want to trade like a robot. We in this trade here, we're risking $206 to make $650 or so, and then leave it alone. Let the trade develop. We're not going to run that stop loss up the price's butt. In other words, if you just get this little bit of our money, we're not going to run a stop loss way up here. So if it pulls back, we get stopped out. Give it time to grow. Remain disciplined. In other words, we do not change our rules in the middle of a plan. If we go red, we go red. If we stay green, we go green. Let the trade develop. So, and then number 5, remain disciplined. I'll just just make sure you stay disciplined. Number 6, remove our stop after it crosses the 2 to 1 to take profit plus 10%. In other words, if you're expecting to make $650, move your stop loss so you make $65, so it's not a total loss. Now, this is top step. If it is an Apex account, you may have to be more aggressive, because you have a running drawdown versus Top Step has a daily drawdown, so we don't get punished if the price goes against us. So if we're up $600 and it pulls all the way back and stops at $65, it doesn't go against us. We don't blow accounts because of it. More importantly, enjoy your stress-free gains. Although we're going to enter a trade and we are going to leave it alone. And just so you know that I practice what I preach, I'm going to pull up this live trade I'm actually currently in. Been in all night. I entered way back here at the open, which is this blue line. It was a breakout and retest. We entered this bad boy right here at the perfect retest. We let it come up. It did not hit our 2 to 1 price target, and it has pulled back down. Now I'm red. Hopefully it turns around, because we do have some support area here. Maybe it comes down, grabs some liquidity, and goes back up and hits 2 to 1. Chances are I'm probably going to be in big sleep if it does that. So it is what it is. So I'm not chasing profits, even though we had 20 plus points, 30 points or so of profit that I could have taken. Could have looked over and was like, oh man, that was definitely a rejection area here. That was, you should have exited before this. It was a double top. Okay, I've seen double tops get broken before, and it could still break it. We don't know what it's going to do here. But like I said, I practice what I preach. Do not touch my stop loss until I hit the 2 to 1 price target. And it all is just about rinse and repeat. That's all we do. We find the entry, we use our 4-hour zones to find our entries, and then we enter like a robot. If it goes against us, we get stopped out and we just re-enter. So if we're playing a breakout off the top and it drops down below, we just play the short off the bottom. And it's that simple. And the rest of these is just pretty much the same. Just rinse and repeat. So let's go over to our trading view chart and find an entry. Prime example. Here we go. We got an alert. Bam, we got an alert here. Price is coming up. We're going to touch the zone. All right, so what are we going to do? Our price keeps going up. So what are we thinking? We're thinking it is going to break out. So we're going to grab, this is a trading view. Whatever platform you're using may have something similar. We're planning out a long position. We are looking at stop loss. Bottom of our zone, 60 points here. And we're looking for a 3-to-1. I actually showed a little bit of this in the previous video. There you go. Now, it depends what you want to do. Sometimes I'll go down here, put this one 2-to-1. Get me an old trend line here. Mark you 2-to-1 level. Raise that back up to 3-to-1. And to go text tool and go 2-to-1. And that's where we move our stop. So let's do this here. A little rectangle here, tool. Oops, I don't need to do all that. We don't need that. We're gonna basically pretend this is a let's pretend this is a entry. So here's the entry. I'm looking for the breakout and retest. Bam, we're in it. We are going to didn't want to do that. Set our stop loss 3-to-1. We set our stop loss to the bottom of our zone or whatever, just below our zone. Sometimes it'll be finicky. There's our stop loss. Here's our take profit up here. Of course, 2-to-1. So as price comes up and it crosses 2-to-1, we are moving the stop loss up into profits. So if this is 200 bucks, we want 20 bucks of profit. If this is 1,000 bucks, we want 100 bucks of profit or whatever. So I do basically break even plus 10%. Now you could do a 1-to-1, move out all the way up to the 1-to-1. So now it is at least a 1-to-1 winning trade. But I have seen trades come up, back down. That's a pretty good drop, and then explode back up. So if you're looking for, I see this one comes up. If you're looking for a 1-to-1, you move your stop loss up 1-to-1 or whatever. You may miss out on a big move. And we just repeat the same thing going the other way. Short position. Stop loss at the top. 3-to-1. That's a nice one. Nice big fat juicy zone to zone. So if you get, here's the one, we get this one. 3-to-1, we get this one. 3-to-1. Man, we are sitting pretty, because that is 220 points there. This one's 182 points. So let's just do the math real quick here. Pull the old calculator out. What was that? 220 plus 180. That's 400 points. We're going to times that with $2 a point. That's $800 profit you just made. And you only risked 60 here plus 73 there times 2. You made 800 bucks and you only risked 260. That's a pretty good RR right there, buddy. And you can lose a lot. Here's another rejection retest. Could have made another couple $100. Another breakout retest. There you go. There's another 600 bucks. Trading one micro. Here's another one. Touch, bounce, rejection. Well, that's a big one. I made $1,000 from this one. That was freaking awesome. And you really could have, except for this little dump here, could have hold that all the way up here if you want. Here's another one we made 500 bucks. Could have made 2,000 on this one. I only took one micro, one of my accounts, 5 on the other. It was. breakout, retest, boom, explode, 3-1. Easy money. More importantly, it protects you from your losses. In other words, you get 1 or 2 3-1s. It takes 4, 5, or 6 of these little small losses or so to cancel out. One of these. One of these. One of these. One of these. Look at all these big moves out of these 4-hour zones. Really? The gist of things. Summary. We'll sum this whole program up. Learn how to find the 4-hour smart money zones. You find that, man, you're ahead of the game. You are literally controlling your own destiny then. You don't have to worry, you don't have to rely on anybody else's alerts. You become your own alert machine. Learn to identify the rejections and resistance out of those smart money zones. Like we already talked about the what to look for, the rejections. Breaks out, comes up and retest. We're just putting our stop, we're putting our buy and sell on the top or bottom of our zones, depending on the direction of momentum or so. If you're wrong, you take a small loss, so you just play it the other direction or so. As long as it isn't in a range, you'll probably make out. Learn to manage your emotions. In other words, we enter and leave it alone. Let it grow. Let the market develop for you. I have tried to scalp. I did the same thing with penny stocks. Breakout strategy. If you can't manage your emotions, you won't let stocks, you won't catch the 50, 60 to 100% winners. You get 10% and you go, oh my God, I can't go red, and you're out, and then it takes off. So if you can't manage your emotions, you're not going to make the big money. Remain disciplined. Don't touch them stop loss. Don't touch your take profit. Make the market come to you. Don't chase the market. And then journal every entry. It's going to do 2 things. One, you're going to be able to go back and review what's working for you and what's not working for you. But more importantly, because you're going to journal every trade, it will prevent you from making 100 trades in a day, because you got to type all that stuff in. So if you know that you got to journal every trade, and you got to write down the description of exactly why you got into it, why you exited, how it went, give it a grade, you may limit the number of trades, make yourself accountable to yourself. And basically, guys, my throat's kind of froggy. I recorded all these videos in the same night. Same shirt, same hat. Just felt froggy. That's how ADHD works. Squirrel! There's a hyperfocus. Once hyperfocus kicks in, man, it's like VTech. Once VTech kicks in, you're done. You can't be up all night. Now, fun part, editing all this stuff, because I think one of the videos, the beginning screen, it says stream ending soon or something, so I'm gonna have to go back and re-edit that one. Anyways, it's been fun. That's what I love to do. I love to share, and I'm hoping that not only does it help me make me money, it helps some of the new traders, new future traders, and even some of the older OGs make some money, enjoy life. Because man, when you get up into your 50s and priorities change, kind of leave a legacy for my kids. So if I do check out early, my wife is at least taken care of. That being said, OG Camo, been a blast. We'll see you guys in the daily live recaps. Peace.